Then you're gonna take your audio on. Oh, you're so tiny on the chair.
Oh, that's okay. You
Uh,
picked me up to get up here anyway, so
yeah.
this will do.
I'm gonna plop you down. Take a seat.
Okay, thank you. Oh, hold on.
There you go.
There we go.
Nice
Beautiful.
and comfortable. So.
Oh, this chair is perfect for my tiny little bottom.
So it's nice to actually talk to you and see you in person. Hello,
Yeah.
Sheriff Grin.
Hello, Karuchi Banana.
Banana, that's me.
Oh, but yeah, we always like sort of like run into each other, don't we? Well, I know we've spoken about collabing in the past, Counter-Strike and stuff.
Oh my god, it's
But,
like every time I go on vacation when you were like, hey, you want to do something? I'm like, I'm not here.
I'm like, damn it.
If you ask me,
next time we'll get her. Next time.
I know. If you asked me like 2 weeks from now, I would have like screamed at you because I'm like going on vacation 2 weeks from now.
I'm not. You know what? I think it's just whenever I message you, it'll just be Grin. I'm going on holiday. So okay.
I do give you the benefit of the doubt because I do go often because
that's
I'm
good.
in a long distance relationship, so you kind of just have to go.
Oh, bless. Same. How far is yours?
We live quite close. Well, 8-hour drive is not close, but we're close enough, you know.
Oh, 8 hours. That is a killer.
Yeah, I don't drive.
Well, that's a whole. Oh, so you do you catch a plane there or?
So we found out that me taking the bus to Montreal, because I live in Toronto, Canada. And
Gotcha.
then he just drives up 2 hours, picks me up, and then we go back.
Oh, gotcha. So you gotta catch one fare one way, and then it's another drive. Oh, bless you. So yeah.
It does.
Oh, blimey.
I think I don't mind it because it's better than spending like 300 on a plane ticket and then driving to the airport. Because like the airport's not close to where he is either. It's like,
oh yeah, so
even
that'll
though
be
it
out
takes
the way, won't it?
5 hours of my time, it only takes 2 hours of his.
Well, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. You gotta make the time work.
But so I'm gonna ask you while you're introducing yourself. I'm gonna lay out. So I'm gonna start doing this. Would you like a drink on the table or like a cake or something? I'll send you the menu.
Okay. Send me the menu. I want to. Wait a minute. There's a little cat typing on the computer.
Yeah, he's working. He's working hard.
Yeah, get back to work, cat. I'll send you back to the salt mines.
Oh no. He's like, please no. I'm trying my best.
Oh wow! You have a nice selection. Hold on, let's see what you got there. I've actually got a coffee with me at the moment.
I do have a bunch of lattes.
Oh, let me have a look. I'm looking at the cake option now. Strawberry, truffle, party fruit, cute pink, matcha, lemon. I'm gonna go with the party cake.
Ooh.
And I think I'll have it. Oh, now if it was Sheriff Grin, he'd just pick a beer. But I'm gonna go with the coffee if that's all right.
Yeah. Okay.
A cup of your finest Joe, please.
Is it this one? Yeah.
My British side is screaming at me. Get the tea. Get the tea.
Get the tea. Here's your cake, sir.
Oh yeah. Whoa. Bigger, please. Make it bigger.
Oh, okay.
I'm hungry.
There you go. It's happy birthday.
Beautiful. Thank you.
With a cup of coffee. Dun, 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 dun.
What's the drink your little chibi's holding there? Is it like a bubble tea?
Yeah, I love me some bubble tea.
Oh, nice.
Okay, wait. Would you like it iced or regular?
I'm more of a regular type.
Oh no. I don't know if it's like the Canadian in me or something. I love iced drinks. Like I can't do. Well, I like hot chocolate like sometimes. But Like, I love iced coffee and iced everything. Iced out.
I will admit, during summertime, iced coffee is the way to go. It just makes everything better. I can't drink it during the winter time. It gives me colds, flus. Like, oh, this is even though it tastes really good, it will throw me off for the rest of the week.
If
But
you're
it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
if you're truly Canadian, you'll drink like we have iced cappuccinos
Mm.
in the winter.
Oh, wow. Are they like little icicles or like little like lollipops they turn into?
No, it's like a what's a it's kind of like a frappuccino. It's exactly like a frappuccino, but it's like a
Yeah.
blended ice drink or blended coffee. Blended coffee.
Delicious. Very fancy. Fancy pantsy.
I'm gonna just move you one more time because the cake is. You know what? It's suiting.
Ah, you see? This cake might be bigger than my head, but as a wise lady once told me, anything bigger than your head you can eat. Or it was the opposite way round, but still, I'm gonna eat this.
Yeah. What if it's smaller than your head?
Then I guess I've eaten the big one, and I've already moved on to dessert. The
Okay.
cake just simply had a baby.
So now that we're sitting down, you didn't have the chance to introduce yourself yet, so I'm gonna have you do that real quick.
No worries. Hello, everyone. My name is Sheriff Grin. I am your British Wild West cowboy. Yeah, I've been streaming for a year now. And here I am. I've met some incredible people, including Chibanana, who I'm with right now. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mostly play horror games. I'm more of well, I'd say I'm a variety streamer, but
Mhm.
I play more horror and like FPS games and sort of RTS games, and like I do a lot of drawing
Yeah.
now. So I'm not. I sort of like fall into those categories. I don't really do any other games, but I did play a visual novel game a while ago, which I really enjoyed actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was a princess and everything.
Oh.
The men were throwing themselves at me. I tell you, these men like a good pair of hairy legs.
So I think I'm interested because like I was trying to get like sheriff related questions, but I couldn't find much about you. You have been streaming as a VTuber for a year, so you're quite, I would say, quite new. Um,
That's right. I'm a baby. I'm underground, undercover. You can't
a
find me.
baby.
Where am I?
What got
Goo
you,
goo gaga, senpai.
what got you into VTubing? Like, how did this all start? Where did you discover it? Has there been anybody specific that you're like, that's cool, I'm gonna do that?
Oh, so I first well, I started. Oh, well, I would say I started what. Oh, I started watching VTubers like maybe 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Um, and it was mostly when because I work full time, it would sort of be like that fun thing to do when you come home and you just haven't really got anything else going on, so you watch like a streamer. So I started watching a bit of a bigger streamer, like a vampire VTuber,
Mhm.
for a while, and that was really cool. Her name was Vampikins. She still streams and stuff. And she does like rock music and like horror games and stuff like that. And I was like, because I knew what VTubers were beforehand, but I never really watched them.
Yeah.
Then I started
Are
like
you
looking
looking for
around,
a
and the thing is like
vampire?
and typing in people's chats and like saying hello to everyone was like a new concept to me.
Right.
I was like, because when I watch YouTube and stuff, I never leave comments or anything like that. So, and I wanted to be like in the chat as well. So I was like, oh, hello, nervously, and like people say, oh hi, and then the VTuber in question would then say, oh hello, how are you? I'm like, oh my god, they said my name, they said hello. I can't believe it.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then I started like I started watching more like smaller streamers and stuff. I don't you really watch the big streamers like Shy Lily or
Mhm.
I do watch some Iron Mouse now and then, but not all the time. I do prefer the more Sea Dog VA streams.
Mhm.
But I watched more like smaller streamers. So I sort of like looked around for, or sort of like looked at like a lot of different people or different VTuber stuff. So I followed Mammoth Maru for a while, and then I met another streamer called Glasses on Toast.
Mm-hmm.
Then I met Yilfa Yilfa Small, and a whole array of different people. And I met Starry Rayner and stuff like that. And it was on a community, or when I like sort of first started, it was on like a community night where we were playing Among Us, and then some of the people said, "Oh, you know, you should try streaming." I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I think I will." And yeah, and then I met an artist on Instagram, commissioned them, and I started in November, and here I am.
Yippee! So wait, when's your anniversary? Has it been
Oh,
exactly a year?
so yeah, it's been a year already. I think my 1 year anniversary, not my affiliate or anything like that. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
next year. But I think I started on the 20th of November.
Oh shit!
Um, I'm pretty sure I did sort of write down when I did start, but then I've forgotten where I wrote it. So I'm like, oh, I think it was around about this time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my first test stream was Left 4 Dead 2, and then my first game I like completed on stream was Amnesia Into the Dark. And that's how I met Cappuccino and Starry Rayner and other people like that, really.
Mm-hmm. I love that for you.
Thank you. How long have you been streaming for?
Oh, too long. Too long.
Too long.
As a VTuber, I think I started VTubing a little over before I met my partner. So we've been together for two and a. It's almost 2.5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we met through VTubing.
Oh, congratulations. That's so
Yeah.
cute.
Um, but I've been so when I beforehand I used to work more often. Right now I'm currently
Hmm.
unemployed, so I don't tell people that I stream full time because I don't stream as often as I should be while being
Hmm.
unemployed. I digress.
Oh,
um
that's okay.
yeah, but I used to stream like casually beforehand. Like I would stream. Oh man, I used to stream from my laptop. My
Oh,
Mac,
wow.
my Apple laptop, and it would
I would
be.
struggle with one screen.
It's I still have one screen.
Do you? Oh, man, you're living life in difficult mode.
I do be, but it is what it is. I do enough, you know, and I have
Hmm.
I have
Boyfriend. Second monitor. Present. Christmas.
I have other priorities in a second. It would be useful, but I
Hmm.
personally I feel like my brain can't handle 2 monitors. I don't have enough space either.
Hmm. Ah, that's so good. It's about what works for you at the end of the
Hmm.
day.
It would be nice though. I think maybe one
Hmm.
day. One day.
Yeah, one day. One day, kid, you'll make it. You are
um
the chosen one. It was foretold.
I want to know what inspired the sheriff persona. Like,
Oh, the sheriff persona, or like sort of like my art character guy.
so the question I usually ask people is what inspired your username, but your
Hmm.
username ties into your whole because like I feel like it's more you actually lean into your character. Like Lyra, she leans into her character a lot.
Hmm.
Some of us are just personalities. I mean,
Hmm.
like us ourselves as a personality behind the character. We don't usually because like you know how Jakku's a what is he? He's a samurai, but we call him a pirate.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't lean
I do love that.
I don't lean into my character either. Like well, when it comes to debuting groups, I'll be the mafia boss, ninja
Hmm.
person, right? But
I
rarely
did
do I
see that.
ever. But I rarely do it. So why have you chosen to be a sheriff?
So growing up, I grew up with like, oh, me and my dad growing up, we loved like watching movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I still love watching movies to this day. And a lot of the movies we watch were like Wild West sort of like movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like really enjoyed old cinema. Like I really enjoyed like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. sort of the Clint Eastwood sort of like movies. Because with my character, he has like a poncho,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is actually a poncho I've got in real life from my partner.
Oh shit.
And it was like I thought it was like a fun little detail to put into my character, so I put it in. And then like the little sort of like star and ammo belt that was inspired by not Clint Eastwood in the movies, but there was like this bad guy who'd wear his like gun and belt like over his shoulder. And like with a lot of cowboys, they wear their gun at their hip and stuff like that, which is fine. No argument whatsoever. I
Mm-hmm.
would obviously, but sitting down, it would always like fall out of like it was a funny thing because I'd watch like behind the scenes and stuff like that, and like whenever like cowboys in movies sit down, the gun would regularly like fall out of the holster because their like leg is bent so far up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's why I like to keep it sort of holstered a bit more. I actually drew my character. I did put it on Blue Sky on Twitter, I think, but like the original sketch I did for my artist, Kunyunpi.
Mm-hmm.
I always get my artist name wrong. I'm either like Kunyunpi or Kunyunpai. I always want to call her and just say, "Oh, how do you pronounce your name? Is it?" Because I feel so bad every time I say it. But yeah. So I drew like a little thing, and I drew like a little like or like there was like a shot piece through my hat.
Yeah.
Because I did see quite or I've seen a few or since I've started streaming that's when I first started seeing like other like cowboy VTubers and stuff, which
Right.
is really cool. Because I did try like looking up like, oh, are there like any other sheriff like VTubers and stuff? And at the time I couldn't really find anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll be the sheriff in town, sort of thing. Because originally I was going to call myself Deputy Grin.
Ooh.
Um, but then I was like, but I kind of, or I thought it'd be cool to call the people that follow me like Deputy.
Ah, I like that.
So I was like, well, that kind of works a bit better. So I'll be the sheriff, the hero of the story. And yeah, and then where I got my name from, so when I was watching the first VTuber, I like really sort of like became a fan of Vampikins. She did like a collab with this other VTuber called Dima Duchess, and she does like art streams and like game streams and a lot of fighting or like sort of like you know
Yeah.
the like MMA boxing games.
You want to know something?
What's that?
I don't want to say that I'm friends with Dima. I was friends with like people who are very close to Dima, so I always say like
Hmm.
I know Dima.
Oh, bless. So
Mhm.
you're a friend of a friend of a
I'm a friend
friend.
of a
Who
friend.
is
I
who
can't
has another friend called Dima?
I can't outright and say I'm like I'm friends with Dima like that. I'm not, but I wish that we were. I love Dima.
Hmm. Oh yeah, like I really enjoy her streams. Like I
Mhm.
still watch them to this day. But if I like, because I sort of told myself, oh, if I ever get like a VTuber model, I'd really love to commission her. But every time
Yes.
I look at her commissions, they're always closed. So I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Busy
But
girl.
yeah, but she her like models are like really good.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, so I watched Dima for a while, and back then my nickname was Gringo975. And then obviously I know like Gringo is a sort of derogatory term. So
Mhm.
what she would do is she called me Grin, and I was like, oh, and I was trying to think of like VTuber names for like this cowboy. And then she like just called me Grin. I was like, oh, you know what, Grin's like really a really good idea. And yeah, so in a way she kind of named me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I sort of went from there really, and I just carry on using the name, and I sort of lurk more in her sort of streams now.
Mhm. Mhm. That is a story.
I know it's one hell of a Wild West story, which will one day be sold to Netflix.
You know what? I'm gonna say that is top 3 of the username reveals. I
But
think
yeah, so
every week I
yeah,
keep getting surprised.
yeah, because the reason why I called myself Gringo is because it's like a little in joke with me and my partner,
Mm-hmm.
because she's from Mexico.
Oh, okay, I see.
And that's where it comes from basically. But in my head, because growing up with Wild West movies,
Yeah.
they always say like "Hey, Gringo" and stuff like that. I'm like, that's me, and then my partner does it as well. So I'm like, and yeah,
Amazing. You know what? Yeah, yeah. That's top three. Congratulations for making the leaderboard.
thank you. I'm glad to be on the leaderboard. I expect my reward anytime through the post.
Well, the cake. I got you a cake.
Well, it's about goddamn time because I
So.
want another cake now.
Oh no. Okay. Um.
But yeah, I actually do quite like leaning into the sheriff persona. It's like sort of like a little escape in a way from,
Mhm.
which is really fun. I know you said you don't usually go into your characters sort of stuff.
Mhm. I'm too crazy.
You're too loco. Calm down, banana.
I can't like. I mean, like I mention it on stream sometimes. Like recently, there's a new ninja character that came out in Honkai Star Rail. I'm like, I
Hmm.
kind of got to pull for her because we the same.
Hmm.
But
Oh, nice.
but at the same time, it's just like I don't be. Well, if I truly acted like her, because in the game she's like my ninja way, and that kind of stuff. I'm like I can't do that. I can't do this. It's too cringe.
Just on stream. Like I can imagine you playing Overwatch and you saying that. It's like that's how we do it, the banana way.
Um, so being like, so you've been experienced within the space. I don't know how well versed you are, because some people like we are casual streamers. We do it as a hobby, so we don't really get
Hmm.
into the nitty gritty of the VTuber space. And you know how
Hmm.
chaotic the space can. Like even if
Oh
you're not
yeah.
into it, you know and you see in the space that it's like so like dramatized and
Yeah,
like.
yeah, there's always a drama every other day, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, oh man, I'm kind of like in a way, I'm kind of glad that I sort of like have a smaller following because I don't think I'd really be ready for that kind of thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
But because like usually when I stream, it's like you sort of see the regular sort of like people that swing by, and it's always like really great to see them sort of
Mhm.
thing. Like, like when I go on like bigger streamers, like and stuff, like their chat is like going a million miles per hour. I'm like, oh my god, there's no way I can even read that.
I know a lot of large content creators, they do miss when they were small because then it's like it's very personable
Hmm.
talking and knowing people by name, and that's how I
Hmm.
think most of the times that's how people inspire others to pursue like this either as a hobby or as full-time streaming.
Hmm.
It's when you're just lurking in smaller streamers chats and then being like, yeah.
Hmm. That's the thing. I think that's why I sort of prefer being in, or when I watch VTubers now, I prefer watching smaller creators
Mhm.
because like there's that sort of like sense of like or grin, oh welcome back, how are you doing, I hope everything's going well, or like banana, you crazy devil, how's the mafia boss life treating you?
Terrible.
How is robbing 7-Eleven going these days?
uh we be listen, no profits, but also no losses.
Hey, gotta steal those scratch cards. Someone's gotta do it.
That's true. You gave me an idea. Oh no. But like, how do you feel about this? Well, you kind of answered like how you felt about the space. You're not
Hmm.
really
Oh, that's all right.
110% in it, but
Hmm.
it's there.
I think, yeah, I think it's good to sort of like, obviously, it's nice to be a part of like the VTuber world.
Mhm.
Because I do enjoy it, and I do actually enjoy meeting a lot of like new people. Like I've met, well, obviously you, I've met. Oh, I think I met you through Lyra at
Mhm.
first.
Mhm.
I'm very confident that is how we met
100%.
through Lyra. And then me and Jaco and Lyra started hanging out, and that's when I sort of like started coming to your streams because I saw you would collab with Lyra and Jaco quite a lot with like usually it's Overwatch.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did you dress up as Lyra for an Overwatch
I
game?
did.
I thought, yeah, I saw that and I thought, oh my god, it's
I got
so good.
inspired by you because you did
Oh,
that.
I know, I do enjoy dressing up as Lyra.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, because like I forgot. I think I don't know who edited it. It was Jaku
Mm.
who edited it. Fucking Lyra as Torbjorn. No, so I'm cosplaying Lyra cosplaying Torbjorn.
It is, you know what, like, because when I first came up with the idea for being Lyra in like a collab together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've got the VOD saved actually because it was like one of the first like really like fun collabs I did.
Yeah.
Um, where like the spark was there and like every minute was like a really fun one. And like so I sort of before if anyone's interested or want to do that, I do advise you ask them beforehand. So I know it breaks the immersion, but I did ask Lyra a few weeks before
Mm-hmm.
if I could like pretend to be her on stream. And the reason why I asked her a few weeks before is because I knew she'd forget about it and then she'd be surprised.
Oh my god.
And yeah, so like I sort of because Lyra like with a lot of stream or not a lot of streamers, but with quite a few streamers, they had the same like what I call word pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So they say the same things on like a regular basis, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like oh my honeydews, for
Yeah.
example, with Lyra and stuff like that. Or she'll mention my poutine, or like say something in French,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of like over the week, I would come up with like different new expressions for her, or like to say as like my Lyra character, and I thought, oh, like because if I was to speak in like a female accent, I'll be like, oh, bonjour, but it's too simple. So I thought I'd give her the deep voice French male, oh, bonjour, and just completely flip it on its head. And it was one of the like what or it was definitely a collab I really enjoyed doing. And the thing is, because Lyra like she's a great sport with it, so
Mm-hmm.
like I knew she'd like go along with it pretty well, and we just both had a lot of fun with it, really.
If you ever want to help me with a bingo board, I kind of want to do
Mm.
that. Like I should do a Lyra stream with Lyra and have a bingo board about things that she like you get a point if she says honeydew. You get a point if
Yeah,
she panics in French.
and we'll add like a little Jakku special saying I'm not a pirate,
Yeah.
one of the boxes. Oh, that'd be really really good. And you can have the whole stream and like viewers watching along.
Yeah, they can play bingo as well. I should give out
Exactly.
bingo cards. I hang
See,
out with like the same amount of people, so I can do like I don't hang out with them enough to have a full like bingo board. Like if it was like Thena, 100% easy, easy
that's
like
the
10-point bingo board.
that's the thing. The thing is with it, it's one of those things that you've got to do, but only do with the people you know very well.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of thing. Like after that stream, me and Lyra both collabed with Glasses on Toast, and I then did it again for Glasses on Toast in Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
But I changed it up completely because I'd watched Toast for sort of quite a while, so I knew a lot of like what he would say and stuff like that, and that was a really fun stream as well.
Maybe maybe Glasses and Toast needs to be on next. I think we are mutuals, but I haven't.
That's all right.
There's a couple of people like like the circles are meshing.
Yeah, I found with like different groups, like when sort of like one or two creators from that or like VTubers from those groups like sort of like slightly merged together,
Mm-hmm.
like how I sort of like met Lyra and then I met Jakku and then Jakku met Cappuccino and then Starry Rainer and stuff like that. It's sort of like the groups like sort of like slowly merged together.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was quite oh, it's just interesting to see because then you sort of like see all these like lots sort of like coming together, and it's really fun to see,
Hmm.
like a expanding family, as it were.
My worry is that it gets like it sometimes gets a little too overwhelming, or I
Mm,
I feel like I don't want anyone to ever feel left out, because
mm,
sometimes these collab games or co-op games, they don't really
mm.
host a lot of people.
Oh no,
Um, hmm
but
but
yeah,
multiple lobbies, multiple lobbies exist.
exactly, multiple lobbies, and that's the point. I find with because I do organize a lot of collabs.
Hmm.
I find that with because I know what you mean because you don't really want to leave anyone out,
Yeah.
sort of thing. But I always find it's best to sort of like still arrange collabs, but then sort of like maybe have that person, or like if, for example, we leave, let's say we had a collab with Jacob and then we left Lyra out, sort of thing, or there wasn't enough room for Lyra. I would then think, oh, it would be good to do another collab maybe next week,
Hmm.
or maybe
Hmm.
play Lethal Company with her, and then in a way, there's something on the horizon with that other VTuber or like that other like person you want to collab with.
Exactly. I need to hang out with y'all more. I
Ah,
think
that's all good.
I would
I
like
think it,
to do
yeah.
something with you, Starry Reina, and Kya, because I Kya has been around like
Mm,
the circle multiple times. I just haven't gotten the time to interact. It's so hard for me because like
mm.
there's so many VTubers out there.
I know that's the thing. There's too many. There is just so many VTubers to meet and sort of like do things with, but unfortunately, there's just never enough time. Plus, then you got to think about people's time zones and stuff
Hmm.
like that.
That's the worst.
Because that's the thing. It's like, why can't there just be one standard time across the globe? God damn it! Nah, but it is what it is,
Hmm.
sort of thing. But it's sort of like where you've got to sort of then pre-plan collabs and sort of stuff like that, and I just hope it all goes well, really.
This is a PSA to anybody who's ever collabed with me. Um, I enjoy. I'm a very organized person. Like I like scheduling stuff. But if you make it hard for me, and I don't get a response, I will hold a grudge.
You'll be going on Banana's list, the hit
I
list.
there are a couple of people, especially like if they're homies with me too. I'm just like, can I just get a text back? Like I don't need to be
Hmm.
left on red.
I know what you mean. Sometimes when I organize like bigger collabs like Among Us or Party Animals, when I want to invite like particular individuals, what I do is I message them sort of like a week or two in advance
Yeah.
and just wait for them to slowly get back to me. Because I know sometimes like it like the thing is because I don't like take it personally or anything. Because with like you say, like VTubing is more, or for me at the moment it's more of like a hobby and is for like a
Mhm.
lot of people.
Mhm.
Because real life has to come first, and people have jobs and or like study and stuff like that, and
Imagine
people
having a
have to
job.
I know, god damn it, I hate it. Oh god, but if I could do VTubing full time, I definitely would. I think.
I would love to. It's also like there are benefits to being small, but then
Mm,
it's like
but being a small creator doesn't pay the bills.
nope. But I was mentioning it to a like cuz like I when I quit my job
Mm,
and tried to pursue like streaming full time, I kind of like people don't say this enough that there's not enough time, especially when you're small. There's not enough
mm,
time in the world to do everything. Like
no.
the reason why these people who are where they are succeed is because they have people who have time to like or they either have the money to get staff
Mm,
or they have people who have time to like volunteer their time to help you.
mm. Oh, that's the thing. I mean, it's like sort of like every creator has their sort of like small tip or big creator, sorry, has like their teams behind them. I mean, like sort of like with the corpo VTubers sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing, they've got a whole like army of workers behind their back who
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of work behind the scenes. I was actually talking to someone that works with VTubers the other day, and they were like telling me about all the like stuff that goes into it, and I was really blown away. Like, wow, that really is a lot of work to do, sort of thing. You know, because
Yeah.
like some like for example, if a VTuber wanted to have like a Halloween sort of VTuber model ready for Halloween, they've got to like book that in advance, like months in
Way in
advance.
advance, yeah.
And there's like the art and everything that goes into it, and it's like, oh yeah, you know what, it does take a long time. Like with like these sorry, these shoujo, for example, they like I saw on Halloween they released some Halloween songs on their like YouTube or
Mm-hmm.
like Twitter. But watching those like animations and stuff like that, that takes like months to do, sort of thing, and to like animate and do the songs for and to sing and auto tune or whatever they do, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it takes like months in advance.
You want a Halloween song? Start recording in February.
Yeah, exactly. Halloween is the new February, or October is the new February.
Mm-hmm. Um, I I'm wondering if there's any, so for like the year that you've been streaming, have there been any challenges that you've experienced either within the community or like any struggles that you've been through like having to do with streaming?
Oh, that's a good one. I wouldn't. I haven't really had many struggles. Like, I mean, I stay very far away from drama and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, whenever it sort of kicks off, whenever something happens, I'm always like, I don't care. I'm remaining neutral, and I'm just here to have fun at the end of the day, sort of thing. So I always sort of stay away from stuff like that in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't really get many trolls or anything like that in my chat, which is quite nice. Um, so I've never really had a big issue with that in any kind of regard. But with everyone that I've met, it's very sort of like everyone's very nice, and you know, even if you talk to them once and you don't talk to them again, sort of thing, you've had like a positive experience from them and stuff like that. I've not really
Mm-hmm.
had any art issues either, but I am very particular who I commission for art.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that can be like a regular VTuber drama thing where this so and so artist hasn't done this, or they copied this
Oh my
designer
gosh.
here. Because that's quite a popular drama at
I
the moment.
know. It's happening so much more often and I'm like, this is like everything. Art is everything.
I know, it's like insert random VTuber who is a cat. Oh, did that cat VTuber steal my cat VTuber design?
Do you know
Sort of thing. It's
how
like,
many people like look like me? A lot.
yeah, exactly.
I have
It's a.
two sons that are not real sons, but like they both
Hmm.
Yale looks like me.
Hey, can't complain.
Just
they
adopt them.
they take after the best.
Yeah, it's like, of course
But
you
yeah,
want to look like me. I'm so cool.
exactly. Who wouldn't want to look like me? Who wouldn't want to rock this hat? But yeah, I've not really had any like trouble in that regard. There was a an artist I did work with who sort of I thought, oh shit, I think maybe this artist might not do my commission for some reason, but then they did come through in the end, so that was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I don't really have any trouble in that regard. I just sort of like I'm very careful who I sort of like pick and choose.
Right, right.
And if I like really like someone like Kunyon P or like another artist I work with as well, Virus AP77, they do like a lot of really good work and they're always on time and they're very talkative. And someone I worked with recently, Small Quinn, she does like music and stuff, but
Mm.
she's like very sort of like good and she's very like she like is very in constant communication with you and how things are going. And like those are the like main three I would always work with.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I've had like the odd sort of like funny interaction or like funny sort of interaction here and there, but like to me, like when sort of like negative like sort of things come up, it doesn't really bother me.
Right.
Because in my job, I do in real life, I like meet a lot of like people every day.
Yeah.
So I'm used to interacting with people, like positive interactions and negative interactions. So to me, it's really not a big deal, sort of thing, because I can sort of like in my head like switch off and think, well, it wasn't a great interaction, but it is what it is. I wish them all the best, and that's all I can do at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's sort of like it really. But yeah, I've not really had any trouble apart from that, really.
You hear that, everybody? Stan, a drama-free king.
That's how we like it round these parts.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Just
really,
stay neutral and out of any drama. You'll be fine.
I'm really happy with the little group of people that I surround myself around. Whoa, that did not make sense, but that's okay.
The people that surround you.
Yeah. We try our best to just be we're all just chilling, to be honest. We don't need that. What I wanted to bring up though is speaking about art, and obviously you do art. We're gonna get to you doing art in a second, but
me doing art, eh?
I've seen a lot of like the work that you get done like from other people. It's very like they're all different artists, but it's very sheriff coded.
Yeah.
Like they all blend in well, and it's kind of like similar. Is there a specific like style that you seek out when you're commissioning?
I do like sticking with like an anime style sort of thing. Like I always sort of give the same like reference, or well, the only reference I have really is the Sheriff Grin, like the original Sheriff Grin pose. Or the PNG that I got commissioned. That's usually what I just give to everyone. And I really, or I sort of enjoy seeing everyone's interpretation of it. There is a new PNG I'm going to use next week, actually, which is like a pixel version, which artist called Lightchi11 made for me for my birthday. But I sort of promised to sort of save it and use it when these other streamers were going to use it too. So that one I'm looking forward to. But yeah, they all sort of stay the same because I give all the artists like the same original reference. And that sort of like stays the same really. It just I guess I always say just sort of like stick to what this is. Because the hardest part to draw is the hat.
Yeah.
And like the thing is like the PNG I'm using now is the one is something Cappuccino made for me. It was like the thing is like she drew my hat like really on point, and I really loved it, and I was like, wow, like not like apart from Kenyonpi, no one else has really like drawn my hat very well. So, but in saying that, Virus and Lyra have done when they've done art for me, they've got my hat right. So it's just whenever I try and draw my hat, I always like end up screwing up. I'm like, oh, this isn't how it's meant to look. Like, girl, this is trash. This isn't like my original Gucci Prada hat that I picked.
You're supposed to be able to draw your own hat, Sheriff.
I know, I can't do it to save my life. Which is why I'm probably just gonna use Cappuccino's and Cappuccino's one as like a reference.
I like a big hat. Now,
would you ever wear a hat?
Like my character or in real life? Yes. In real life, yes.
Beautiful.
I put in the thumbnail. I put a hat on me.
Oh yes, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I really also enjoy me cowboys and cowgirls. When Boot Hill came out, not to go back to HSR, do you know who Boot Hill is?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna send you Boot Hill. Goddamn zesty cowboy.
God damn.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Is this from one of those Honkai Star Rail games?
It's a Honkai Star Rail. It's I don't know how often it's gonna pop up. It is my favorite game.
I was gonna say I have seen you stream it, and like when I'm on Discord, every now and then I look at, or you know how like people's games like come up.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh yeah, they're playing Honkai again.
I like Honkai sometimes.
Ah. Oh look, is the sheriff too? Has got a star.
Yeah. Well, if
To,
he's
to be fair, that is one sexy hat.
I know. He's great.
Mm. He's beautiful.
He's called a Galaxy Ranger.
It's a Galaxy Ranger.
Yeah.
I tell you what, most VTubers like I've met don't really wear hats.
Very true.
I like the other or another VTuber who like helped me start at the very beginning was another one called Jirachi Lovelock. I think she's planning to come back to streaming soon. But when I first started out, like she was the first one to like reach out to me and like really help me out with setting up collabs and like because we were here together quite a bit and we've done quite a lot of other collabs since then and we just became friends that way. But it was like sort of like how she reached out and really helped out at the beginning. Because I really wasn't expecting anyone to reach out to me and sort of like say, "Oh, do you want to collab?" sort of thing. And but she definitely helped me along the sort of stepping stones with VTubing and introduced me to a lot of people. And yeah, and then she just sort of ended up joining our friend group as well.
I'm wondering if like when it comes to rigging and stuff that people kind of go against us. I'll show you. So, they are a friend of mine. Their name is Drythe. Beautiful, beautiful hat.
I was gonna say that's a nice hat. It's got it. You know what? We might as well turn this into a hat tier list stream.
Hat tier list. I'm down to do that. We need to find all the VTubers with hats, and then
rank them.
I'm down.
Oh, but they look pretty good actually. I'll take a look at them later.
So when I first met them, I was like, well, so their VTuber parent, Tomama, I want to commission them because their art style is like really pretty. But when I first saw their like design, I fell in love with it because like the long hair, skinny legend, nice hat. Something that I would commission as well.
That is one thing we need in real life more. We need more hat fashion.
You know what? When was the last like big hat fashion? Fedoras?
Oh, I think it probably was. I mean, because that was sort of like the range back in like the 50s and 60s. Like everyone just wore a fedora and everything was in black and white then and going, hey, so you're in my part of the town now there, chief. Pull out their Tommy guns and start blasting.
I feel like
it was a crazy time, but the hat fashion was on point.
I feel like hat fashion for VTubers should be up. I mean, like in real life, they fall often. Like I am into the dance scene, and it's very tough wearing like headpieces, hats, because they'll fucking fly off.
Go off into the crowd though, come back.
My hat.
That was an original.
Yeah, sometimes like even if you were to incorporate a hat into like a choreographed piece, it's for the first 10 seconds and they throw it off. They throw the hat. It can't stay.
Unless they somehow like tie it to your head or like a helmet, you got to sort of like plug it in under your chin, sort of thing.
I think for some they think aesthetic wise, like for like, I don't know, I'm not sure, but if you want the hat to stay on, you gotta tie it down, hunker it down.
Exactly. You gotta stick that baby down. Super glue. You might lose your hair in the process.
Oh,
but
no. Have you seen like ballroom dancers and then how much gel they put in their hair?
I did in the UK there is a show called I think it's in the US as well. I'm not sure if it's in Canada, but like Strictly Come Dancing. Or Dancing with the Stars, I think they call it in the States. Yeah.
Yeah.
because it was something my mum used to watch like all the time, and like they do like these documentaries like behind the scenes, and like the amount of sort of like work they put into it, like the outfits and like and stuff like that, because they like quickly change and stuff like that is like incredible, and like the hair team and stuff like that. But I've never really sort of seen like it from the guy perspective, you know, like you say, because you say they put like a lot of gel and
No,
stuff
it's
in
the
their hair.
ladies. It's the ladies.
Oh, it's the ladies.
Hard as a
Oh
rock.
no,
Because
I've
they want it to
yeah.
stick.
Mm.
So your
Well,
hair
that
doesn't
must be
move.
that must be horrible to get out the next day.
It is. It looks horrible.
Mm.
No, but they look good, but it looks
Mm.
like horrible to take out. It's like ripping skin off of your face. I don't know.
Oh, blimey. Well, we don't like that.
Mm-hmm. Sheriff, if you were to ride a horse, would your hat fall off?
It probably would, yeah. Like, probably not like initially, but like when wind hits me, that would probably be when it sort of flies off. Oh no, my hair!
Don't lose your hat. The amount of times, so like you know how Canada, windy, snow. I've lost many hats in my
Oh
lifetime.
no. A moment of silence for Bananas hats, who will never be seen again.
Sorry, I'm gonna take a second to answer Sligator's question. We
Oh,
did.
that's a good. Oh, I should actually put your stream up.
That's
Hold on.
okay. No one's ever here. It's fine. I do not
Oh, but
play
I'm here.
Final Fantasy, but we did a I think it was I forgot who hosted. I think Cat Dragons hosted a what's that drawing game called?
Art. Or
Art.
Studio Paint. MS Paint.
You said art.
Art. Art is but a game.
Yeah. Me and you both didn't really vibe during that collab. So I think we both left early, but that's how I know you. Thank you for stopping by.
Hello, Slaggat. Oh, I hope you're well.
Yeah. So I do the show week. I try to do it weekly. Next year for sure. I want to do every single week. A Vtuber in the
Oh, I was gonna say you do these quite regularly, don't you?
So when I first started, I think I did them like twice a week. I got burnt out, and then there's like a point where I didn't do them at all, and I was like, I'm gonna start doing them every week.
Every week, just once a week. I'm kind of like that with my when I do my art streams now. I sort of I don't really like I do like doing my art streams. But the thing is, when I do them, I usually do it like as part of a charity stream or like sort of like something over time. But I find like when I was doing it like throughout the week, I was just getting more burnt out and like I want to play a horror game or I want to play a game, but I've got to get these art like sort of like charity commissions done sort of thing. So I sort of like burnt myself out in a way. I do want to do another one for Christmas, but I'm gonna make it more limited, sort of thing, just so then I can sort of like enjoy the week as well. So it's not like, oh, I've got another art stream to do. But yeah, just so then I can play some more games.
Yeah. Are there any game? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I saw a Slagator or Slagutar. Slagutar. Hello, Slagutar.
I was gonna ask if there's any games that you are anticipating for the future or coming soon. Next week. Next week, Marvel Rivals is coming out.
Oh, is it? Oh, blimey. Oh, what was that? Marvel? Sorry. Hello.
Ocean D Explorer rated your channel with 10 viewers.
Gotcha. Sorry, you went all quiet. I was like, huh? What?
The loud noise scared me. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm sorry.
Hello,
I'm like,
Raiders.
I'm so eepy.
Wake the hell up, banana. You got a
can't.
VTuber.
I can't. Welcome in, everybody. This is a Sheriff Grid. Hello. I want you to guess, Sheriff, where Ocean got his name from. His name is Ocean D Explorer.
Ocean. Oh, that's an interesting one.
Ocean D Explorer.
Maybe, exploring possibly the ocean, possibly? Maybe he has a fascination in the ocean?
Followed your channel.
Oh, I just, oh, wow, I love your, art. Hold on, I'm just going on your little area. There we are. Yeah, I love your profile picture. That's really cool.
Thank you. Wait, what do I have?
Didn't you have him on a VTuber of the week?
That was last week.
I was gonna say yeah, because I recognize him because I watched a little bit of it. I recognize that name.
Yeah. So it's a combination. It's this. So he ranks right above you for username reveals. It is a mix-up of Ocean, Monkey D. Luffy, and Dora the Explorer.
God damn, that's pretty cool.
Dora the Explorer. I can't.
We all love a good Dora the Explorer episode.
Mm-hmm. Can you say Ocean?
Ocean. Hola. Oh no, Swiper went and stole the ocean.
Oh no.
Bloody fox.
Let's talk about. I don't know how much of a foodie you are.
I like food.
I know me and Lyra love to eat.
Is it poutine? Same with you?
Yes, poutine is me.
I still need to try it. There is like a Canadian bar, like up in London, which I actually would like to go to or go back to at some point. I think they have poutine on the menu, but I'm not sure if it would be as authentic.
It's just cheese and gravy. What's authentic about fries?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's got to be made in Canada. That's the real authentic like Canadian dish.
Our authenticity is cheese and gravy. Say less. I did a video. Lyra wasn't actually. Since Lyra wasn't there, this would be a great opportunity. So what I did was Jacob was there, and we did Canadian slang versus American slang. I wanted to I wanted to bring our friend Misa into it because she's British, but she lives in Australia, so she's she's complicated.
Oh no, she's down under.
She's down under. But I think if we did me, you, Lyra, we get another American. And because like we call it fries, you call it
chips.
Yeah. There's a couple of things that we did. I don't know if I still have the power. I'm gonna look if I still have the PowerPoint. I might have deleted it.
I'm trying to think of some good slang at the moment. I don't really use slang all that often just because of my job. I'm not really allowed to. But yeah, I did used to use a lot of slang.
Or it's like, what do you call it the bathroom, the restroom? No, you call it the loo. Sorry.
The loo.
The loo.
There's nothing wrong with going to the loo. A bathroom is something where you have your bath. And there also happens to be a toilet there too.
Or the washroom or the restroom?
I would call it a bathroom.
Exactly. No, like a public restroom or a public washroom.
But I just
or just the loo.
It usually just it's either do you know where the loo is, mate? And they're like, oh yeah, just down there, fella. Sort of thing. They point you in a certain direction. You just walk there and hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
That's usually what happens in the pub anyway. Or sometimes if you do come across someone, they'll point you in like, oh yeah, it's the other way, and you go to the other side of the pub. So oh no, I've been bamboozled.
Do Australians just call it the washroom? I need to talk to Misa.
I think in the UK we mainly call it sort of the bathroom or the we do call it the restrooms as well, but I think people just call it bathrooms. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna cook. Okay. What are you cooking? Anything delicious?
No, I cook content. I do not.
Oh, I see. Very, very dangerous stuff. Whoa, stand back, everyone in chat. Banana is cooking something.
I am cooking it up. If I was to do a game show, what like topic would you feel confident in participating in?
Ooh, I'd say movies. I do
Oh.
watch a lot of movies. Where because I live in sort of I basically live with roommates.
Yeah.
And we're all friends and like really we've known each other a long time. But every Thursday usually, or every other Thursday, we have movie night. Where we all sort of like come together and just watch movies, and sometimes like our old housemates come by and they'll sit down and watch, and we just all hang out and just watch movies, sort of like horror movies usually. But the thing is, when you've watched like a bunch of horror movies, you sort of know what's going to happen, sort of thing, or everything falls into the same trope.
Right.
So we end up, or we try watching other movies like comedies, or we recently tried romance films as well. That's quite funny. But we sort of talk over a lot of it and like make jokes about it.
I see.
But yeah, I would say I'm more in the movie category, or I would say video game category. But I sort of only really, as I said at the beginning, play horror games and
Right.
sort of stuff like that. Really, so I'm sort of like in that corner.
I'm on the same boat with you for the movie thing. It's like if you can predict what's gonna happen. Like I love movies that have so many plot twists. It's just like what the fuck? Can you stop twisting the plot? It's so like it's so fucked up.
It's like this wasn't in the script.
Or was it?
We were in the script the whole time.
Do you play any instruments?
I do not. No. I clap my hands sometimes.
I clap my hands sometimes. It's an instrument. It's an instrument.
I can whistle too.
Is it gonna come through the mic?
Hold on, I'll try it. Like, I can also play music from my phone and listen to it.
That's such a baby whistle.
Oh, I'm something of a little baby myself.
Just a little guy.
I'm just a tiny guy with my big cake and my coffee over here.
True, very true. Eat more cake, you'll grow.
Exactly. Eat cake. Forget your vegetables.
Forget your vegetables. Do you speak any other languages besides English?
I speak a little bit of Spanish for my partner, but I'm not, the thing is I don't really use it all that often, so I can do very basic in Spanish. So like, hola, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Soy bien. Ay, no manches. Oh, sí manches. ¿Dónde es? ¿Qué? ¿Qué is probably my favorite one because it basically means what, but it depends on how you say it, like ¿qué? Or ¿qué? Sort of thing, because you can say it in many different formats. But I can speak a little. I know enough to get by. I don't know enough to actually have a conversation. Usually what happens is when I'm in like sort of like a Spanish country, or in like Mexico or sort of like Spain or something like that. Usually when I'm at restaurants, I point at what I want on the menu and I'm like, see, even though like I don't know what the waiter's saying to me, he could be selling me a Ferrari or like a $2 million coffee, and I'll be like, yeah, see.
Yeah, that one.
See.
Yeah, please,
See.
that one. Yeah.
And he brings me the bill. I'm like, ooh.
What did I agree to? I made a mistake.
Maybe I'm not good at this language stuff. I did try and learn some. I went to Finland last year. Oh no, not last year. This year, for a friend's wedding, and I learned some Finnish, which I thought I could roll off the tongue, but actually now I can't remember any of the words.
I've never. Yeah, I don't know many people who speak Finnish. I don't think I know anybody who actually speaks Finnish.
I know a little bit of Russian, but that's only from like movies and stuff. Like whenever like the Russian bad guy shows up, or like the stereotypical Russian, like da, спасибо,
Yeah,
я вас люблю. And you just know it. You know it enough to get by. Like до свидания, comrade.
I forgot. Hope you guys have a great rest of your stream, guys. I need to sleep. Talk to you guys later. Goodbye, Ocean.
No worries, Ocean. Great to meet you.
Thank you for the raid. Take care of yourself, because it is. Oh yeah, what time is it for you right now? Probably the same time for you, Grin.
Oh, it's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Oh, you sleeping? You a baby? You sleeping at 9? I'm just kidding.
Ignore her, Ocean. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the grim bugs bite.
Oh. Imagine sleeping at a healthy time. Couldn't be me.
I do struggle with like one thing with like doing collabs and stuff. Especially with like I don't know if like I know you do collabs and stuff. But like we're doing it in different time zones. Sometimes I do stay up really late just to do like collabs with sort of like with random people. Or not random people, but people I know, because I really want to collab with them. But
Random people.
sometimes I stay up till like maybe midnight or something like that just to do a collab with someone.
Yeah.
I think like because I do like the thing is I think I'll be fine, because usually when I plan my streams and collabs, it's usually on Sundays.
All right.
Sunday is collab planning day, and yeah, and then I think at the time, oh yeah, I'll be able to do that, no problem. And then I do it, and I think afterwards, oh, why did I do that? I'm so exhausted now. And like the next day, all I'm doing is catching up on sleep.
Very true. I got my fair share of time zone issues.
Your time zone buddies.
I think like collabing with since I don't work, and also like I wake up by the time like it's evening for the people in the Europe in the Europe
in the Europe zone.
the hardest is like Australia and Asia 100%, because
Australia is really hard.
it's like, oh, I feel so bad because like I love playing Overwatch with Misa. It would be like 8 p.m. for us, and then 8 o'clock in the morning for her. And she's like, I'm not fucking getting up that early in the morning to play Overwatch. She does though. She does.
I bet that she's a real trooper. Like, because Cappuccino, she's she obviously lives in the Philippines. So whenever, because she does, or she used to do night work. I don't know how she does it now, but well, she's unemployed at the moment. But she does like art commissions and stuff. But like sometimes she stays up till like really late hours, and I like, because the thing is, it's easy to forget that someone is in a different time zone to you.
Yeah.
And like we'd finish a collab and she'll just say, oh yeah, it's 6 a.m. for me. I'm like, what? Like, go to bed, like, Jesus. Sort of thing. And like, because it does make me feel bad sometimes when like well, it's really like nice that people want to stay up and like collab with you, but I also feel really guilty at the same time. Like, oh man, I feel like I really like this person is now gonna have a horrible day tomorrow because they're catching up on sleep because of
100%.
the collab. Or that's sort of like what I always think about. So when I organize collabs, I always sort of try and work it so it's best for everyone. And that's obviously where people like then aren't able to make it and stuff like that. But it's just one of those things where you got to take time zones into consideration.
For sure, dude. It do be. I mean, it's difficult, more difficult when you do have like IRL obligations. Me, on the other hand, do not. So I have all the time.
Exactly. You got all the time in the world.
What's an obligation?
Exactly. What are these obligations?
I think, cause like, I got to a patch of, I think during the summer, or no, during the springish, where everybody was getting to know each other, everyone was available, and then people started like going like so many events were happening at the same time, like everyone in real life, like people getting sick, family members getting sick, having promotions or like having to work more, and I got real lonely. It should have been the time where I've expanded more, like, you know, met other people. It's just like I wanted to hang out with the same amount of people, like the same people all the time, but like they've become busy, you know.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And it happens, you know.
I mean, when I started doing collabs with people, like my first like Lethal Company collab, like with was with, or the first one I really organized was with Jirachi Lovelock and Cappuccino and Starry Rain, and we had like an absolute blast. I would definitely say they're definitely one of the favorites, or the favorite people I like to always collab with, because we like are very comfortable collabing with each other. But sort of afterwards, like the only people I wanted to collab with was just them, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because you're very comfortable around them, and then sort of like I wasn't afraid, or I'm not really afraid to meet new people.
Right.
But when you're like comfortable with like a group of people, like you sort of like think I'd just rather just stick with the people I sort of know better.
No, 100%. Because the thing with me too was like, you doing this for a long time, you run into a lot of people who either have bad intentions, or sometimes people are just too weird for you, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's just like, do I really want to go through? And it's like, when I was doing this 2 times a week, it was like going on 2 dates a week. Imagine imagine getting to know someone, like multiple people, like maybe imagine like 8 people a month. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing, because like every time you meet a new person, you're like, oh, hello, I'm Sheriff Grin, or like you've got to sort of like, or the best way I like to describe is like sort of like dip your toe in the water, sort of thing. You got to sort of like see, like, because I like to joke around a lot, in my street, or like when I collab and stuff like that. Sometimes, like in games, I do like to sort of like sort of like be like, it looks like I'm gonna beat you again, like Chibana, sort of thing, but in a very mocking way. Whereas some people don't always like that,
Right,
sort of thing. So I like I like banter, or I don't know what it's like, rival talk sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't always like, or shit talk sort of thing, but I don't always like go, you know, you're a piece of shit sort of thing. I'm more like, looks like I'm gonna win, ha ha, loser, sort of thing. Very childish sort of thing. But I don't always know if that person, or like if I'm like collabing with someone new, if like, I don't know if this person might like that. So I'm always like watching my steps sort of thing. And yeah, like that's sort of like why I like sticking with like the same sort of like people all the time, because I know, like, you know, who enjoys that. Like,
Right,
for example, because I'm like, if people like were to like make fun of me in a way, I wouldn't like get offended by it. If anything, I'd find it quite funny, sort of thing, because then that means I can make fun of them back.
Exactly, you'll clap back worse.
Exactly, it's like sort of like, you know how you can say you know, fuck you to your friend, and they could say, fuck you too, sort of thing. Those are always the sort of like more fun collabs that I find.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's kind of like, I'm not gonna say that I have like a shitty personality, but I do like being toxic and vulgar and rude, and not everybody is like that.
Is that like when you play like your Overwatch and competitive games?
No.
Or just all the time?
What are you talking about?
That's all good. Like, that's how you like to do it.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? That's why I get along with people like Yale is super loud, Dina is super chill, and then Lyra's everything that comes out of Lyra's mouth is funny.
I know.
Lyra
is a Canadian national treasure.
For real. I love everybody.
Well, I love them more.
Okay. That's okay. Fine.
Fine.
So when people hop into a stream with you, what do you think that they expect?
Oh, what do you mean? Sorry, repeat the question.
So I'm like, okay, so I hang out. I'm watching like somebody that I stream with. Look, I'm watching Elvira stream, right? She's collabing with Sheriff
Hmm.
Grimm, and I like him. I like his vibe on this collab stream. But I want to see what
Hmm.
he does like on his own. So I see that he's streaming. I'm gonna watch
Hmm.
Sheriff Grimm. What do you think that I should expect from you when I
Oh,
enter one of your
gotcha.
streams?
Oh, a fun time and a Sheriff Grin smile. Even though it's well, I think all my PNG smile, but yeah, I mean, with my sort of or with streaming, I've learned to talk to myself in a way. I think a lot of streamers talk, or in a way, start random conversations with themselves, and they just interact with chat. I like to interact with like my chat quite a lot, and like say hello to everyone. I do like being cheeky with my chat sometimes as well. Like when I play games and stuff. For example, I might play something like Minecraft, which I only played for the first time the other day. I didn't stream it. I did it with friends off stream, but when I played it off stream with friends, I knew what certain things were. But I've not played Minecraft or anything like that before. So I knew what like a diamond pickaxe was and stuff like that, but that's as far as my knowledge goes. But with certain things, I would like mistake them on purpose to sometimes to like not annoy them, but make them laugh, sort
Yeah.
of thing. Sort of like take the piss a little bit. Even though I knew sort of like what something was, like I believe I've forgotten what it's called. It's like the sort of like craft table. But I would change it up and say, "Oh, I've got my Minecrafting table right here, and I'm trying to make this pickaxe. How do you make a pickaxe? Damn it!" Sort of thing. And it was just hilarious. So sometimes with video games, even though like I may not have like played them before, but I know what they are.
Right.
Sometimes I might mix or I might turn something around just to be cheeky to my chat and be like, "Oh, guys, look, it's this. Oh, look, there's a machine shooter gun thing on the table. What should I do with it, guys?"
Yeah, I love like trolling people because people think that I'm actually like dumb. Well, I like to play dumb a lot too, but like it's just like how if I'm to do everything by the book, like how is that entertaining for anybody? You know? I like to be so like when we play like spooky games like Phasmophobia and you know how you're not supposed to yell?
Yeah.
Someone was just like, if you don't yell, like you won't get like caught or whatever. Like you're not supposed to scream while the ghost is hunting you. I'm like, but one, I'm scared. Two,
Yeah.
if I'm quiet the whole time, like what's the point of me streaming?
Well, exactly. I mean, like for example, like if like I was collabing with someone and we were in like that sort of like scenario, they'd be like, "All right, Chevgrin, you got to be quiet." But like, what?
What do you say?
Loud as my mic can go. I remember there was someone in my chat, Ava, a while ago, because you know when people ask like about sort of like your VTuber persona and stuff like that,
Right.
they were asking me, I think it was something like, "Oh, so what's your persona?" I was like, "Persona? You mean Persona 5, the video game? I've never played it, but I hear it's a good game." And I just kept going into it because I found it funny. Sona, oh, the horror game. No, never played it, but I hear it's a fun time.
They're like, oh my god, he's dumb, and it's just like,
Exactly.
jokes on you.
Like,
It's part of the script.
yeah. I feel like that's what my sort of like when I started doing collabs and stuff. That's what my character turned, or the Sheriff Green character turned into. Sort of thing. He was like this, like idiot, sort of who didn't know very much, but who would always call himself the hero, like or like I said in Lyra's stream last week, the Zach Brannigan of of the situation.
Now that I know that, though, like now if we like collab together, I know that you're not faking you're dumb. I mean that you're faking you're dumb.
I ain't that dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I be the dumb sometimes.
Sometimes you just be a dumb. So I don't fake my dumb. I'm like genuinely dumb.
Mm.
So if we play together and I don't know something, I genuinely don't know.
Mm. Oh god, there are a part of me. I do like playing puzzle games,
Oh no.
but I also hate them at the same time because
Mm-hmm.
like when because I collabed we were here together. Like I played two of those games, one with Jirachi Lovelock and the other one with another streamer Momo Einar.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I play that game, like we'll get through a puzzle and I think, oh thank fuck that's over. And we'll go to the next puzzle, I think, oh no, this was even worse than the last
Mm-hmm.
time. And I end up like Googling like what to do, sort of thing. Or what I'll do is I'll say, don't worry, chat, I'm gonna send a telepathic image to Momo so he can see what I'm seeing, and then I take a screenshot and I send it over to
Telepathically.
Momo. So yes, my magical sheriff powers have just transported this image to Momo's screen head, and he can help me decipher this.
I just realized that we interrupted while I was mid asking you about any games that you are anticipating to
Oh,
play.
no worries. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You kind of deviated, didn't we?
Yeah, I
On,
forgot. I forgot.
that's so good. I forgot as well. Oh, I actually opened up my Steam just to look at my wish list to see what I've what's coming out. There's a game called Ellis Tales Idols coming out next month. Which is so I've played the other two games in the series, and basically what it is where you
Mm.
bounce. The first one was where you bounce an egg up and down,
Huh?
and you got to get to a certain number. It's really weird. You know, like jump rope.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically jump rope, but with an egg. But if the jump rope hits the egg, it's game over. And you've got to get to a certain number, and then you can break out and grab a shotgun and I guess shoot a chicken man. It's very odd, but
The way
I
that you're
find it really.
explaining it to me right now is I'm confused.
I'll hold on. What I'll do is I'll find it on Steam and send it to you later. But it's a very weird game. But I find it very fun, and my chat finds it very fun because every time I get or start a new round, there's like a new egg to bounce up and down. And what I do is I say, all right, who's in my chat? So for example, if I had Ocean the Explorer in my chat, I'd say, Ocean, this egg is you. If anything happens to this egg, you're going to die in real life. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to save you. Or sort of thing. And then I'll bounce it up and down. And then it would end up cracking. And then I'll be, oh, no, Ocean, I guess you're dead now. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
And yeah, and I end up doing that with all the streamers and everyone that shows up in my chat. And it's really funny. Another
funny.
game. The new Stalker game looks pretty good. I want to pick that up.
Oh, the
But
Stalker
it's
too?
Stalker 2. I'd definitely be up for grabbing that. I know it's already been released, but that's a game I want to pick up. There's a horror game called Ill coming out, which is like a survival horror game. But there's not too much out at the moment. The screenshots of it look very good. Mouse PI for horror or for hire, sorry, which is like a FPS boomer shooter,
Oh.
but it's done in like a cartoon animation style, like the Disney animation,
Mm-hmm.
which looks very good. I'll definitely pick that up.
Exciting.
And oh, I think that's about it for the moment. There are other games in my mind, but I don't really. I sort of whenever I look on Steam, it's always like during the sales and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other place I look on is like itch.io and stuff like that. That's where I sort of like find like some really good like unique horror games.
Yeah.
Do you like playing horror games?
I don't. So I have a lot of them. I don't play enough of them. I'm a little baby when it comes to
That's no
horror
shame
stuff.
with that.
I do love horror films though.
Mm.
Like when I was a kid,
thing is-
I hated the horror films. I think I don't know why. I've kind of grown. I think I told my mom this. I'm like, people are scarier than any demon. Like people who live and breathe with you are scarier than any demon or ghost or
Yeah,
devil will ever be.
the real monsters are the humans.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of horror films nowadays, it's more gory than actually like
Hmm.
jump scary and
Scary.
yeah.
Yeah. But I do think that because I prefer the because I think growing up or like with horror movies like because when I was growing up it was like the Saw movies were like the cool horror movies on the block sort of thing, so it was like more of a gory time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then it sort of like became more like jump scare horror like Insidious and um there was another one I forgot what it's called. It began with S and is about like where you watch a film and it's this like dude who jumps up and like kills you or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it became more jump scary, and then it's sort of like recently years it's gone back to like gory horror sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very all over the place with horror movies at the moment, I
Yeah.
find.
Which I think it makes it easier to digest.
Hmm.
Personally, it's easier to because then it's like it's just one stupid monster.
Hmm. If you got to make a horror, what would it be?
Like that would scare me.
Or like if you got to make any horror game you wanted or any horror movie you wanted, what would it be? What would Banana make for us?
I had a like when you said that, my immediately thought was just like you're sitting. It's like okay, I feel like it should simulate like real life dreams.
Hmm.
It's like you're in it's your POV.
Hmm.
I feel like there should be. I think jump scares always get people. Even though sometimes it can be predicted. Like I always, whenever I predict it, I try to close my eyes. But I think jump scares are a given because sometimes people aren't really scared of like a weird looking demon thing. I was gonna be like, they wake up, taxes,
Oh
student
no,
loan,
real horror.
debt. Your mom coming in with the chancla.
No, not the chancla. Put it down.
What would like the main ghost or demon thing? I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that. If I was to make a horror game.
I could see you making like a there's a Squid Games type horror. Bring your little VTubers of the week.
Oh, you know what? That's kind of fire.
That would be pretty cool. And then like you can have your chat place bets on who's gonna survive and who will die.
Oh, I think everyone's gonna vote yell off first.
I wouldn't vote for you, whoever that was.
Oh,
Sheriff Grid has always loved you.
clip it and send it to him. Somebody
Ever since we grew up together, we were in the wars together.
I didn't watch this stream of yours. Who shot the sheriff?
Oh, who shot the sheriff? That's a radio drama. Which what was it? I don't. It was a while ago. Unfortunately, the introduction to it's sort of like being edited at the moment, and I'm going to commission music for it soon. However, unfortunately, it's had to be cancelled.
No.
Just unfortunately, there was a bit of a falling out in the group. Actually, this goes back to your question you asked earlier. Actually, because it's just sparked in my head, like, oh yeah. But unfortunately, there was just a bit of a falling out between some of the characters or some of the people involved, and I didn't really want to release anything that anyone would feel uncomfortable being a part of.
Right.
Sort of thing. So I've got the table reads still, but but with the introduction, it's just me being shot, sort of thing, and the build
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
But well, if anything, I might as well still make the introduction and release that, and then I could say, yeah, well, you know,
Recast, recast,
still,
recast.
I still exactly, I can recast from here. There, and then I guess everyone can be like, oh, I shot the sheriff, sort of thing.
Ah, I see.
But yeah,
Exciting.
so yeah, that's the story of that, really.
Mm. I love when people are creative.
Mm.
It makes me jelly.
Mm.
But
I'd love to write another, or well, I'm still writing another one at the moment, like a smaller one though, because the other one had like a lot of members. It's very difficult to set up a sort of like when everyone was free to do the table read and stuff like that.
right.
So I'm doing a smaller one. I'd love to, you know, like the Brother Grimm's fairy tale stuff, like,
Mm-hmm.
but change. I want to change it to the Grimm's fairy tales,
No.
and then it's like Little Red Riding Hood or oh god, like the princess that lost her shoe, the glass one, and she's like, oh, you know, you found me, I love you, and the princess is like, yeah, I found my love, and all that. that would be pretty fun. Like one idea I had was like make a or like bring like different like fairy tale characters together, like Red Riding Hood and maybe Prince Charming, and like have them in like a sort of WWE fight, and you can't obviously can't see him, but it's like the commentator saying, "Oh God, Red Riding Hood really threw a good right hand hook in there," sort of thing. That would be pretty funny to do. But yeah, so there are other sort of radio dramas in the work and like little shorts we're doing, or that I'm sort of doing.
Yeah.
So it's not a lost cause or anything.
Of course not.
Because to me, I don't really get angry over anything like sort of thing. I just sort of like well, it is what it is.
Yeah,
Just move on.
for sure. That's cool though. Like I see that you are doing really interesting stuff. I know Lyra's doing interesting stuff. Like I was saying last week, there is a content creator named Doug who makes the most original content I've ever seen. And I'm so jealous of people who have such creative like brains. My biggest worry with like doing original content is like I feel like somebody out there might already have done it. I'm afraid of copying other people, you know, being accused of
I know what
copying.
you mean.
But it's just like, you know, no one has a patent on
It's like comedians sort of thing, because like because there was this whole debate I saw a while ago where sort of like comedians started accusing other comedians of stealing their jokes, but then it's sort of like, well, there's so many comedians, it's sort of like one of those things where people will come up with the same ideas and then accidentally tread on other people's toes. It's just one of those things, unfortunately, where you just got to stick to your gun and say, you know, I apologize, and it was just something I had an idea about and just wanted to do and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but yeah, you should just
like,
go
blatant.
for it.
And if you give the correct like type, like I always try to credit as much as I can when I do things.
I like to credit as much as I can, and because I know or some dramas especially can be like, oh, this person didn't credit me this or credit me that, and you think, oh no, I forgot to credit this person. I need to quickly put them in before something happens.
And it's like, oh, I've seen a drama recently that was quite insane on TikTok. This
oh
girl...
no, not TikTok.
It's worse. It's like beauty TikTok.
Oh no, not beauty TikTok.
She was doing a makeup that was inspired by another content creator. She even tagged the person that she got inspired by. She put like an entire section in the video being like, this is their this is like what her profile picture looks like, like credit and everything, and she still got mad.
Oh no.
And she still got mad, and I'm like, are you... So a lot of people were clapping back saying like, you literally like don't own anything, like you don't trademark like gore makeup or whatever. It's just like you're just making a huge scene for no
Well,
reason.
that's the thing. I think a lot of people think because they came up with it, they're entitled to doing that
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing. No, which is a bit of a shame, really. But I do know like people that do fall into that line of thinking.
Yeah. I
And
think
it is a shame.
I was gonna say that I might have fallen into that a couple times. I have a little bit too much pride when it comes to creative like integrity.
Hmm.
So I feel possessive over certain things where I feel like I should just be less. I think you're knocking some sense into me right now.
Hmm.
Being
Yeah,
like,
that's all good.
it's not that serious, you know.
Hmm.
But I feel like it comes with the
It
way,
comes with the territory.
yeah, that
Hmm.
I'm a little crazy.
Hmm. Oh, that's all good. It's been good to be crazy. Obviously, not too crazy till you end up in the funny room.
Oh no.
But
With the
yeah, it's just
rats?
one of those with the rats, the sponge walls.
Um, I apologize if I keep interrupting. I can't gauge when you're gonna start speaking.
Oh,
It's very
that's
difficult.
okay. That's okay.
It's difficult on call, especially
Hmm.
because you don't know when, like, if someone starts moving their mouth like in person, you can tell and
Hmm.
not like interrupt them.
Yeah.
Um, I have a
You
question.
just gotta guess.
Yeah. I have a question that I ask people. It's just like, what's your biggest red flag in people? And I'm like, please don't say interrupting because I do that way too much.
Oh bless. What is that a question for me?
Do you have any red flags in people where you're just like, if you do this, you're a red flag?
Oh, I don't really. I try not to, because I do like to give people a chance and like sort of like
Right.
get to know them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do believe in sort of like uh, not sort of like getting to or like knowing everyone's like an individual and they have their like sort of like pros and their cons and stuff like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
try and sort of like give everyone a fair shot as I can. Sometimes when I'm streaming and someone says something really strange in my chat, then I'm a little
Mm.
like, like it's a little bit of a weird thing to say, sort of thing. Like for an example, a while ago, when I first started doing like MS Paint, like charity, like when I did my first MS Paint charity stream, there was like some random dude that came into my chat. I was like, "Oh, can you draw Goku wearing this jacket?" And da 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 da. I was like, no, I'm kind of drawing other VTubers for charity here. Sorry."
Oh, what the?
And it's sort of like it's when people say really weird stuff. Well, the thing is, like, I'm not against like people saying like weird things.
Yeah.
I say that, but I'm sort of 50-50 on it.
Depends on how
Um,
weird.
yeah, it depends on how weird sort of thing. Because like with my old jobs, I did used to see like a lot of like bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And like so I've sort of like grown sort of like a barrier sort of, or not like a barrier, like I know how to sort of like interpret it sort of thing.
But you have
So
your guard
whenever
up.
exactly, so I have my guard up every now and then, and I sort of like see like little strange comments now and then sort of like show up in my chat or like see somewhere else, and you just think, oh, I don't know if this person's intentions are pure,
Yeah.
sort of thing, or if this person is looking for trouble, and make it double. It's Team Rocket blasting off
Oh no!
again.
Not Jesse and James.
Jesse and James, I knew it. You made alt accounts. I knew it.
I'm
Nah,
wondering
but
too because like I feel like no matter what you stream, you will always get like certain types of
hmm,
weirdos. I'm
hmm.
wondering for like your people who find you, what are they like?
I mean, usually everyone's fine. I always like say hello. I hope, obviously, I always like to ask how everyone's doing and just say,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I hope you're having a great day and thank you for coming by. I do appreciate it. I mean, one weird thing. Oh, it's happened before, but I never really sort of pay any attention to it, sort of thing. But like sometimes, like when you're playing a video game with someone,
Yeah.
and then someone randomly in your chat, or like sort of someone that's just started talk or new in your chat starts talking, they're like, "Oh, can I join you?" I'm like,
Oh
"Yeah,
yeah.
no, no, you can't. Sorry." I try not to be mean about it. I'm like, oh, look, I'm sorry. It's a collab between me and this other streamer or streamers.
Mhm.
Um, we just want to keep it just us. It's nothing. It doesn't mean like I don't like you or nothing. It's just, this is a collab for us sort of thing.
Mhm. So you'll get
I'm not sure if you get that with your Overwatch games.
not with Overwatch. You'll get it a
Mm,
lot if you stream like Fortnite because it's a bunch
mm,
of kids who want people to play with.
yeah.
You'll get it with I think Among Us. Among Us would
Mm,
do it a lot, and Fortnite. I was gonna say
mm.
Party Animals, but I don't think people do that anymore for party. Maybe
I,
Party
s- I
Animals.
still I still play Party Animals. Party Animals is a banger of a game.
I love Party
But
Animals.
like it doesn't happen all that often or anything like that. But when it does happen, sometimes like it makes you feel a bit awkward because you got to say like no,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
thing. Um,
It's probably some kid too.
yeah, that's the thing. It's probably not like a kid. Like the thing is, like with my channel and like I think with a lot of people I stream with, like we're sort of like more 18 plus channels.
Yep.
Not because I'm like a Vtuber or anything like that. It's just I'm not comfortable with like children in my chat sort of thing.
Yeah, YouTubers are red flags. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
I'm not against them because I've got nothing against them sort of thing. Like, but it's sort of like I just sort of like sometimes like when people or like when regular viewers like come in and they say something like, "Oh, yeah, I just finished my classes today," or like, "I just wrapped up at school." I'm like, "Huh? At school?
Yeah, yeah.
Does that mean you're not an adult?" But usually when I did ban one person because they were very obviously like a child
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing, and I just sort of just straight up banned them. I didn't. I do kind of. I felt like I should have sent them a message said like, look, I know you're all underage, but unfortunately this is an 18 plus only channel
Yeah.
sort of thing. But I didn't really want them to go make an alt account and stuff like that. So I just sort of just banned them instead. And then someone else said it in my chat, and then I did sort of like message them just to say, oh hey, I'm an 18 plus channel. I didn't ask them for their age, but I was like, look, I just want you to say you're over 18 sort of thing. Just
Mm-hmm.
say, sort of thing, just because I'm not comfortable with people saying that they're at school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I literally had to raise the age restriction on my Discord
Mm, mm,
because there's a lot of like young VTubers,
mm,
like people like I feel like there's a lot of VTubers that are minors too, which is crazy. I mean, like
mm.
if I
Yeah.
thought that there's some people who are 18, 19 that are probably mature enough, but the amount
Mm.
of people who are under 20 and have been absolutely like immature and not really, I don't know. I've run into a lot of weirdos that are not, so
Hmm.
I'm like, you know what, you need to be at least 21.
That's the thing. Like the thing is, if someone's like 2021, I'll be fine with them, sort of thing,
Yeah.
because they're sort of like in like I can sort of trust that age, sort of thing. Because I
Mhm.
know people can like be very childish when obviously like they're in their 18s and like 19s and stuff like that. Because then they in the UK they can start drinking and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
all
Same
of
here.
that. It's more of a wild time sort of thing. It's just I find it's just sort of like for me, I just prefer it just to be on the safer side of things,
Me too. Like,
sort of thing.
not to say that people who are over 20 can't be immature and childish. Of course
Hmm.
they can be.
Yeah.
It's just people who are or who are also 21 plus I can relate to more because I am in my mid 20s.
Hmm.
So I don't want to be hanging out with people who are like 19.
That's the thing. It's just sort of like it's out of your age group sort of thing. Like a lot of the people in my chat and like people I collab with are sort of like early 20s, late 20s, or in their sort of 30s sort of thing. So I'm very comfortable in that bubble sort of
For
thing.
sure.
And that's just the bubble I like to be in, really. But obviously with Twitch, it's important. Like other sites, it's impossible to sort of like ban people who like lie about their age and stuff like that. So it's just one of those things where you just got to have that sort of like that honor code sort of thing. You just got to go with the flow and just hope for the best.
Yeah. I feel like it's also different when it's just somebody who watches your content versus someone who's like interacting with you and want to be friends and want to hang out
Mm,
in game. It's just like,
mm,
you know,
definitely 100%.
I don't mind anybody watching my content. You could be 5 and watching me. I don't, but like, I don't know why you would be. But
Because you're an amazing streamer. You have VTuber of the week.
that's crazy. But it's just like, I will not be friends with you if you're a 5-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
I will not be playing Fortnite with you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that is not part of the plan.
Unless your parents give a great donation to me, I will not. Just kidding.
I love that. But for money and a sizable contribution to my channel or to my bank account,
Yes, please.
I would be happy to change my my honor code.
Well, cause it's like, well, if they're that young, then now it's not a make a wish. That's fucked up. Like a charity.
Yeah.
It's a gift instead of a like we're friends.
Yeah.
So I had this question for the beginning of 2024, but since we're nearing the end of it, it's gonna be a two-parter. Being, what are your goals for the rest of the year, and then what are your goals for next year?
Oh, my goals. So next year, I definitely want to complete a radio drama.
Hell yeah.
And that would be really fun to do because I really did like, even though I had to cancel it, like I always like look at the positives sort of thing, because when we did do the table read all together, everyone just had so much fun. Everyone was laughing and stuff like that. And it was just so fun to do, and everyone just was saying about how much of a blast it was, and people really loved the art commission that I sort of had done for it, and everyone just had such a good time. And I think like when you go out your way to ask someone to be a part of that, like it really does mean a lot to them, sort of thing, because like it's like sort of giving someone like a opportunity to be a part of something, sort of thing.
Right.
So I definitely really want to do another radio drama or two, but maybe make them a bit shorter, sort of like why I've looked at more sort of like fairy tales and stuff like that. Maybe Lyra could be Little Red Riding Hood
Per mayhaps.
sort of thing, and you could be the big bad wolf.
Rar?
Rawr, exactly. You see, you already got the part.
Oh my god. I did.
But yeah, something like that really, or I'd love to do some or like some streams where I'd like to try and make a video game with the Unreal Engine, because there's a lot of tutorials and stuff, and it would be really awesome to make like a stupid game or something, and like learn to code it and sort of make it, and then like eventually release it. That would be really cool to do.
For sure.
But yeah, I really enjoy writing stories and stuff like that, so I'd definitely love to sort of like publish some work maybe next year. And that's the goal really. And then my goal for the rest of the year is just have a good time and go with the flow.
Real good stuff. I hope that I hope that everything goes well. You know, we just want to have a good time and hang.
Exactly, that's what we like to do.
Oh, let's talk about. Have you been to a convention of any sort?
Yeah, like when I was younger, I used to go to London MCM Comic Con. I've been like 3 times. It is really fun. I've not been. I nearly went again this year, but I didn't have the money for it. So I had to sort of like postpone it. But I did go when I was younger. It is a good time to sort of go. I would love to go to some American ones. Because I find like because I've been to the States before, but I've not been to like a convention in the States.
Right.
But like I hear like New York Comic Con and like San Diego Comic Con are like really fun, and those are like the best ones to go to. So that'll be really cool to do.
100%. Hella expensive, but maybe worth it. Like
Definitely, it'll bankrupt you, but it'll be worth it.
The New York ones are. It's very like I don't want to use the word competitive, like to get in. Like I think the day of it will probably sell out.
Gotcha.
It's just so extravagant that it's just like if you're planning on going, you might want to like hop on it as soon as possible.
Do you have Comic Con in Canada and Montreal and all that?
We do. So, both Toronto and Montreal are like the biggest metropolitan like cities, so we get all the good shit.
Yeah.
I don't go to I'm more on the anime side of things, so I go to like the anime. Well, I've been to a bunch of fan expos too. So I go here and I go in Boston often. And those are fun. I enjoy shopping.
Everyone loves shopping. I love shopping.
I love shop. I have a problem. It's
Hey,
getting
the first step is admitting it.
I have a problem. This is my therapy. It's getting harder with the unemployment, but once we get back on our feet.
Oh, that's okay. These things happen in life.
I learned it the hard way.
We all gotta go through it at some point.
Do you tell people that you stream as a hobby?
My roommates know. My old roommate knows because my roommates talk. Or like it's quite funny because how one of them found out originally was when I first started when he would hear, because he works from home, he'd hear me in my room going, "Oh, haha, that was very funny, chat," and he was like, "That's weird, he's talking to himself," and he was like, "Oh, I think Sheriff Grin streams," and he looked me up and he found me. And then what was really nice was at Christmas they bought me like a little like a mini stream deck, and that was how like they sort of like said, "Oh yeah, we know you do this," sort of thing. Good on you, kid.
Good on you.
But it's kind of not. None of my family knows. I don't think I would. Well, I wouldn't mind them knowing, but at the same time, it's sort of like my hobby, and my dad wouldn't really understand it. He'd sort of like be like, what the fuck is streaming? Like, I have a television. What?
Yeah, you're like but like what do you stream though?
It's like what is streaming? Like, what is this horror game? How does this work? How does that work? Bada bing, bada boom. I mean, the thing is, like I said, I wouldn't mind them knowing. Like, it would be nice to sort of like see him now and then, but like I feel like he would understand what chat was and like redeemed and stuff like that, and I just don't want to confuse them, sort of thing. And that's the same with the rest of my family. It's sort of like my little hobby, like my little escape in a way, which I think a lot of streamers do this for like an escape or to play a different character sort of thing.
100%.
And that's sort of like my take on it, really, or that's sort of like who knows.
Yeah, like my parents too. Well, mainly my mom. Every time I tell her that, like, oh, I'm streaming right now, she's just like, okay, and. Because she always has the best timing where she will call me like while I'm streaming, and it's like I don't mind picking up the phone and talking to her, but it's just like, you know, I don't want to be on the phone for hours.
Like, not now.
Yeah, it's like, please don't expose me.
Yeah. So do you not mind not doxing me for 5 minutes? I think that's the thing as well. If like my family found out I streamed and came to my stream, they would say, "Oh, hello, insert real name. How are
Yeah,
you?"
yeah.
Oh no, quick ban them, ban them,
Ban my parents.
ban them, ban all the family.
Oh my god. Yeah, I actually didn't think about that until now, because before, because I told my uncle and my aunt, who are younger, so they're more in touch with like the internet. They're just like, yeah, let us support your stream. And at the time, I was single, so I was a thirsty streamer.
Ah, gotcha. The old Vtuber ways.
I wasn't a Vtuber because I wasn't like over sexualizing myself or other people. It's just I was horny for anime characters.
Ah, I see. You did the tier lists and stuff.
Kinda, yeah. But like, or I would play like Genshin, and I'll be like, oh my god, Zhongli, hot.
It's like nice.
And I would say so unhinged stuff. So I'm like, I don't want you watching my stuff. But now, like doing this show, like doing a game show, like if my mom was to see the game show that I put on, I feel like she might be proud of me.
Oh, I was gonna say I've seen your game show. I reckon she'd love it.
I mean,
not that I know her very well, but I imagine she would.
How do you know my mom?
She'd be proud of you.
What relations do you have with my mother?
Hey, I'll see you later at dinner, okay?
Oh no! we have another one, folks. We have another homie who talks to other people's mothers. But like I feel like I think she would be impressed with a lot of like the setup that I have, but I don't think that she would understand.
Yeah. I mean, it's like sort of like, I mean, when I set up my OBS, I mean, some people still help me out with my OBS.
Yeah.
But like, to me, like, because you know, like game capture and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't work on my OBS. So every time I need to like come out of the game just to do or like give someone a shout out or something like that, I have to tab out of the game.
Yeah.
And everyone can see me tab out and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, well, at this point, it's just part of my character. So it's like, I'll just stick with it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I hate OBS.
Yeah.
I use Streamlabs.
I don't mind OBS. Like, the thing is, like, I looked at Streamlabs. I was like, ooh, I don't know about this. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll stick with OBS. I need people to show me it. I think that's my thing. I just need someone to guide me through it.
I will guide you through OBS, and then you will never have to call me again.
You will be my senpai.
It's so easy. It's everything's just there, and it's like just so easy. I think there are benefits to OBS. Like I was trying to dual stream, that's why I went back to OBS. But everything just wasn't working. And like some of these things, there's some assets that I am not allowed to use because it's like OBS some programming that it's like it's only fit for OBS. So that's the downside, but it's just the simplicity. Like I like things that are simple. I hate reading. It's Streamlabs all the way. Everyone I know uses OBS and I'm like, no. Just get Streamlabs.
That's okay. You're just on the other bandwagon. There's nothing wrong with that.
I know people have mad problems with OBS all the time, and I'm just like, it could be me. Anything that happens bad on my end is user error. It's on me.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Plus, it's not a real stream if it's not a scuff stream.
Everything's scuffed. I really want to be someone who isn't scuffed, but you cannot run away from the scuff.
Nah, I mean, even the big streamers still get a lot of scuff.
Yeah.
It's just I think it's just a VTuber. You're not a real VTuber unless you don't have scuff. sort of thing.
True. Speaking of being a VTuber, and like you mentioned that you're more into Sea-Dog. Did you watch the recent video of his rant about VTubers and like the hate on Iron Mouse?
Yeah, the thing is, like, I feel like Iron Mouse. Well, the thing is, because she's sort of like the queen of VTubing. So like the way I sort of see it is like she's like like she's like the royalty of like VTubers sort of thing.
For
But
sure.
um, I mean it was all sort of like over the whole subathon season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With Kai's streams and so like I've seen some of Kai's stuff. I mean I think it's pretty cool.
You know
I've
what's
watched.
crazy? He doubled
Hmm.
it. He doubled the goal.
Yeah, he doubled it, didn't he, recently?
Yeah.
Which, good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just sort of like how I see it. It's like, like, I mean, it's sort of like I'm not in those leagues, so I'm like, yeah, no,
For real.
whatever. And the thing is, like, I find that as well because Iron Mouse. I remember, I think she congratulated him as well and just said, oh, well done,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think it's from where fans of both sides get very competitive and they start saying, oh, well, Kai's better than Iron Goose or whatever. And then the Iron Mouse fans are like, oh, well, Iron Mouse is better than Kai, sort of thing. But I think, like, because Kai, like, even congratulated, like, Iron Mouse and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, recognized her, sort of thing. I think it's just more the fans. Because, like, if I was, like, Kai, I'd be like, oh, like, I'd be a bit embarrassed if my, like, community was, like, attacking someone.
100%.
Because, like, you don't want to be, like, a villain or anything like that.
Right.
Because, like, I do think Kai is pretty much a pretty good dude. I've seen like some of his interviews and I thought, oh, he's like a really like cool guy, sort of thing. Like when you like watch his like interviews and stuff like that. But yeah, like Sea Dog's video was pretty good, I thought, because I know obviously because of all that drama, there was like a lot more attacks on like more popular VTubers and stuff like that. Especially in like the Shoujo and like Hololive and because I know I think I've not really watched her stuff, but Gura,
Yeah.
she gets a lot of like attackers as well,
For sure.
which is a real shame. Like the thing is, they sort of like both those or the bigger streamers get hit with that bigger bulk of hate,
Right.
sort of thing. In a way, it does protect the smaller streamers in a way, which is kind of odd. But what's good about the big streamers is they have the more mods and they have the teams that can like really help them out in those sort of situations.
Very true.
But I think it's just best just for all parties just sort of like stay off not stay stay offline or anything, but like sort of like not read the comments and stuff like that, because that's where it sort of like that's where it gets like toxic and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought it was very good because Sea Dog definitely like brought up like how like a lot of people who do this for fun is just getting attacked for no reason, and he definitely brings up a lot of good points. Like I've always admired Sea Dog VA.
Yeah.
With all his charity streams and stuff like that, and all the support he like gives to VTubers and stuff, and the collabs he does with Iron Mouse and other people. But yeah, it was definitely like I think he was definitely the right person to address it, sort of thing, because he's sort of in both worlds.
Yeah.
But a lot of the big creators are sort of like in both worlds as well, which is nice. But I think it's just where sort of like two different fan bases, like who don't really understand the other, sort of just attack each other, sort of thing. And it's like both creators or all creators involved are like just shut up, everyone. Like there doesn't need to be any hatred or like any back chat going on here,
Yeah, what Connor said was very well said. What you said is also very well said. Like,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you kind of put like all the points down. Like, there's nothing much that Kai can do with that. Like, imagine a dude with 600K subscribers. That's not even followers. That's subscribers. Like, you can't. Yeah. So that's why I always said, like, people that you're associated with, or even like your quote unquote fan base, yes, they are associated with you, but you can't control anybody. Like, I feel like that is one of my biggest worries of being like ahead of a group, right? Or a corporation, for 24/7. If anything
Definitely.
was to go down, obviously I am responsible for these people that I have chosen. But at the same time, I didn't tell them to be a piece of shit. You know?
Exactly.
I chose
It's
them
like,
because I thought that they were normal
yeah.
and chill, and then things happen.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. Like, things happen, and you're just like, you know, like none of this is like warranted or anything. I mean, the thing is, like, obviously, some streamers do go and fish for drama and stuff like that, and that's how they get their views and get their fans. But it's not really the good sort of fans to really get, sort of thing.
100%.
And yeah, I mean, it's like in the last year, like since I've been streaming, I've met like more like trans people and like LGBT people, like who I don't really normally associate with my job and like day to day and stuff like that. And I'm like, they're some of the best people I've ever met, and they get like so much hate online, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, I feel so bad, but like, cause now I've sort of like been like, or I'm friends with quite a few of like trans and like LGBT people, like I'm more like aware of it, sort of thing. And yeah, so it's sort of like where you can't really control everyone, but you don't want to see someone you care about get hurt, sort of thing.
But it's also like, I know that I am responsible for them to an extent, you know. It's just like, yeah, I made a bad judgment in thinking that they were like, especially if it's somebody who like they're kind of known for being a little unhinged. I think okay, so everyone who's a part of 24/7, they're a little crazy, right?
Yeah, that's okay. Like the thing is, like everyone's comedic style was different. You know, like we all like, because like with my style of, well, like if my kind of comedy is like can be very dark sometimes, but I don't like sort of like go around repeating it, sort of thing.
Right. It's time and place.
Exactly, it's sort of time and place sort of thing. But you know, like just because someone has like a certain style of humor doesn't make me angry or anything like that. It's just that's that person's style of comedy, and you know what works for them. Sort of like, obviously it was like very like bad. I'd be like, well, maybe I'll stay away from that stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Sort of thing. But the thing is, everyone has their own comedic style.
100%. So we have hit the 2-hour mark.
2 hours? Time flies when you're having fun.
I'm glad that you said that, because that's what matters, is you have fun.
Yeah, it's not every day you get invited for an interview. I mean, last week I was being interviewed by Lara and her
Interrogated. Is that an interview? Is that an interview?
I was going to say it's more interrogation.
I am going to ask you to give the people any life or streaming advice that you would like to give, as a closing thought.
Have fun with it. I'd definitely say give it a go. Like if you're interested or you've been thinking about it for a long time, like or you could just draw something. Like if you want like PNG but don't have money, you can just like draw something silly in MS Paint, and just use that. Or if you don't know what to stream, just stream a game you want to play, sort of thing. Because if you stream a game you don't like, then people will like be able to sort of see right through it and see, oh, like this person doesn't like this game, sort of thing. Just play what you want to play, sort of thing. Oh god, what else? Because I organize a lot of collabs. One thing I would advise people, like especially if you're like a new streamer and stuff, don't ask. I don't personally like it, but some people don't mind it. But don't ask people in their chat or when they're streaming, like if they want to collab with you.
Oh
sort
my
of thing.
god.
Because it's very awkward. Because you can't, like, because well, some people have done it in my chat, and it is fine because I do know them, sort of thing. So I would say yes to them. But if it was like someone I just met or someone who's only been there a few times, it's sort of like it puts you on the spot or awkward spot, and you sort of got to say no. I would definitely say if you want to organize, because sometimes I see it in other people's chats where they're like, oh, like I could set up a game of Among Us or Party Animals and stuff like that. and we could have this person and this person, and it'd be so much fun. And then like another chatter will say, "Oh, can I join you?" And like they're not a streamer,
Yeah.
you're just like, "Who's
Yeah.
that guy?" And the thing is, when you put it in chat, it's like an open invite. So be very
Right.
careful when doing that. Just message if you want to collab with someone, message them privately. I know a lot. What I find is when I organize collabs, a lot of people are nervous to ask other people about collabs.
Right.
I always say just do it, sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing. I mean, the worst thing you can get is someone says no,
Mm-hmm.
or they leave you unread, sort of thing.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
The thing is, you can say in your heart you did it, and you can say I tried, and that's it, sort of thing. Like you'll always find your friend group.
Mm-hmm.
Like how like my friend group is more sort of like Cappuccino, Aqua, and Momo, Lovelock, Lyra, and a whole bunch of others. Many more like Yilfa, Strawberry Kitty, lots of people. But you always find your group, sort of thing. So when asking people to collab who you've not collabed with before, it's always good to have a mutual friend, sort of like there as well, or
Yeah.
just like get to know each other a bit more, sort of thing.
100%.
I mean, it's like with, I mean, today's interview, me and Banana have seen each other like in each other's chats, and like we have quite a lot of mutuals like Lyra and Jakku,
Mm-hmm.
Cappuccino. So like and I've obviously watched these VTuber of the weeks before, so I know what Chibana is like, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say I trust you.
You shouldn't.
That was
Mistake.
very-
Mistakes have been made.
Hear that bit? Don't trust anything. Everything misinformation. Don't trust a word out of this banana's mouth.
Yeah, but I agree because when I first started doing VTubers of the week, it's for when I ask people who don't really know me that well, I was just like, you can bring somebody if you feel more comfortable, and someone actually did that. Like, my first duo VTuber of the week was with actually Hale, which is like my right hand woman when it comes to
Yeah.
VTuber stuff, and she brought somebody along, and she had fun,
That's really nice. Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. Now it's 1-on-1 or nothing. Just kidding.
Exactly. Like the thing is, like it just makes like the person you want to collab with feel more comfortable,
100%.
sort of thing. Like for example, if I was doing a collab of like party animals with you, Banana, and let's say we didn't really know each other, but then Lyra and Jakku were there, sort of thing. Like that's a great way for us to meet, sort of thing, because we got two mutuals. And we both get on with really well. Like that will be like a great collab to set up, because then I can get to meet you and we can joke around and sort of like see if we like each other and stuff like that, and sort of like go from there, really.
That's why I loved like big party games like Goose Goose Duck or Among Us. It's like if I don't vibe with you, I can hide.
Oh, exactly. You murder me? Oh, you're not going on
that
VTuber of the week. To you, sir. Hooked her. But yeah, that would be my advice, really. So when starting out and you want to collab with people, just message them privately, and yeah, just see how it goes, really.
But don't be annoying about it though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't be annoying about it. Like, just ask them if they're busy. They're busy. It doesn't mean they don't like you. It just means they're busy.
It might though. Not every. Okay, so
Misinformation. Don't trust banana.
So a few points. Like getting over, because like a lot of people who do start VTubing, they're kind of socially awkward. So obviously, maybe reaching out and the feeling of rejection, it might be hard for some people.
Oh, definitely.
But once you get over that, like when I started just DMing people like it was nobody's business, I started growing.
That's the thing. Like, my first collab I organized with Story Rainer, I can't remember how it went, but I think I did ask her in a chat. But then afterwards, I felt absolutely terrible, sort of thing, because I put her on the spot. But at the time, Starry Rainer only had like 2 viewers per stream, whereas now she gets like 40 or 50 viewers, sort of thing. Like I wouldn't dream of asking her now over chat. It would be like always over Discord or like privately messaging her on Twitter or X or whatever,
100%.
Blue Sky, whatever you want, sort of thing. But it's sort of like just don't go about it in an awkward way. Just be upfront and honest and say, oh, do you want to do this with this group of people at this time with this game on this day, and just see what they say.
Yeah, I like how you message me when we're playing stuff. I do it a little more awkward because I'm like, hey, you have time for VTuber of the week? Okay, good. You message like the game we're playing, what day, and like, you know, all the good details.
Yeah, like the thing is, like next year as well, I want to make a YouTube video on how I organize collabs, just to try and help people. I it's something I really, really want to do. I'm writing a script for it at the moment.
Oh hell yeah!
Which I hope to release next year. There's no way I can get it done before Christmas, but it's another one of my goals I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make more YouTube videos.
I know a lot of. I actually really admire how much people get into like their hobby, because a lot of people, like, you know, there's a lot of us just pop stream open, start streaming, start chatting, playing games, and then we turn it off and then we're done, right? But whenever I put them on the show, they're like, yeah, I would love to make content, I would love to make TikToks, I would love to make YouTube videos, you know? It's just time, energy,
that's the
help.
thing. You don't realize how much time goes into it until you actually start doing it, and you're like, oh my god, like this is actually quite hard.
But I think like I would like to say that this kind of wakes people up in being like, because like recently, like Zombie posted a TikTok yesterday, and I was like, oh my god, he's back on TikTok. And it's just
nice.
like, you know, it's like maybe it reminds you to that you have goals and ambitions, you know. Sometimes you're just okay. Like for me, when you get into the swing of things, you're kind of like, you're okay with mediocre.
Yeah.
And you're just okay with whatever cycle that you're in, and then you're just like, oh yeah, I wanted to do this. So
exactly. And the thing is, you really do make a lot of friends along the way. Like obviously some people see it as more of or some people see it as like acquaintances sort of thing, which is fine. Like I'm not against that. But it is better to make friends, and you do really make some like good friends while streaming. Like obviously with you, Banana, and Lyra, and everyone else. Also, just one other thing I'd recommend if you want to start streaming, and like, because when I started streaming, I really didn't know what to talk about, because I used to have on OBS, like, you know, the like where it tells you how many people are viewing your stream.
Oh hell yeah.
Like, I would advise turning that off to begin with and just talking to yourself. Or if you're struggling to talk, or like thinking of things to talk about, write down or get some post-it notes, and with a pen write down different topics. Like of just like, oh, my favorite pizza's this, da 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 da. But there's only so many times you can bring up about what kind of pizza you like.
Right.
And that's anything without pineapple on it.
Oh.
But like different topics, like sort of like, oh, like I saw this happen in the VTuber world, but be careful expressing your opinion, sort of
For
thing.
real.
But or like write down, oh, this game Banana's making, oh, it looks great, Squid Game's banana version.
Thank you.
And yeah, and it's like it's sort of like, and then just talk about it, and then people will interact with your chat more and talk to you more, and they'll be a lot more open to you, and then you'll feel more open to talking to them. That's sort of my best advice. Just if you struggle with things to talk about, just sort of like write down different topics, or like good topics to talk about, and just like put the post-it note like on your monitor. And then if you find you're running short, or like feeling like you're being too quiet, you can just refer to the post-it note and just talk about that.
I've been doing that recently. I've been writing down my thoughts. I'm like, I want to talk about this. It is a little difficult, like when you see no one like responding back to you, but at least like if a friend of mine, he's just like, you know, someone might be watching the VOD.
That's the thing. Like someone might just watch the VOD.
So speaking of, while we end the night, for any VOD watchers, I'm gonna have you take a drink every time we said Lyra's name.
That's actually pretty good. Lyra, if you're watching, thank you for everything you do and bringing us all together, and we all love you.
I love you, Lyra.
When,
Honeydews.
when's your merch dropping, Lyra?
Oh my god, she would sell out. So I was saying too that like if when 24/7 gets big and we get merch, who would be like the best if we had to have body pillows, right? Who would be the top seller?
Oh God, me obviously.
Oh, maybe. Well, when you sign the contract, Grin.
Yeah, when I signed the contract, like for my birthday, Lychee, or like one of the artists I mentioned earlier, Lychee11 drew me, which I'm planning to put on Blue Sky or Twitter at some point. Like me, like with a 6-pack, I was like, holy shit, this is so cool.
Dude, that's so
But
I
yeah.
love that about art. It's like you can be whatever. You can be a buff dude with a 6-pack, fucking big booty cheeks.
Exactly. It just and it's just like it's always nice when you receive fan art from someone. Because it means like someone went out their way to do that for you, and it's like always so nice to do.
But thank you, Grin, for being here with me today. I hope. Well, you said that you had fun, so you better have fun.
I did have fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It was great to be here. I enjoyed my PNG cake and my PNG coffee.
Yay. Okay, but whose interview was the interrogation scarier than this one?
You know, I really enjoyed Lyra's interrogate. Like the thing is, you have because you and Lyra have different interview styles.
Yeah.
Which I quite like actually, because you're more of a like more on the serious side, like with some fun here and there, which is like really cool. And then with Lyra's one, it's like you're in your character and you're sort of like trying to defend yourself to try and be found innocent, even though everyone in chat is going to vote guilty anyway.
100%.
No matter who's going to be on there, no matter what they'll say, they all vote guilty.
Guilty of having just a torso.
Exactly, just guilty of having a torso. I can't believe it. How could people do this? But yeah, like the thing is, I really enjoyed both because I got to be, or like the thing is, like I was still like Sheriff Grin here and there in this interview, but I was more of like I could be a bit more open about a bit more about how I do things and like stuff like that. And with Lyra's, I got to be more of Sheriff Grin, where I played more of Sheriff Grin because I do like playing Sheriff Grin as a character.
But this is to get to know you because I don't know how much you I need to watch more Sheriff Grin streams. How much you lean into your character like on stream, you know, getting to know you as a person. Is this somebody that I want to hang out with, you know?
When I'm by myself, I'm more like this. I'm more sort of like myself, but I sort of like dip into the Sheriff Grin character here and there. Whereas when I'm collabing with people, that's when I dip more into the Sheriff Grin character sort of thing. So if I'm playing Lethal Company, I might see the dude that twists people necks. I'll say, a banana. I think there's some loot down there. Why don't you go get it?
Oh no, I would die. I would
Sort
die.
of thing. I'll be like, oh guys, I can't believe that happened. An unavoidable accident.
So, I'll see you next week for Lethal Company. I'm just kidding.
I'll see you then.
So, you'll see more of Sheriff Grin in the future. I don't know what's gonna... Oh, there's a couple of streams happening next week, but you'll find out later.
Oh, sounds exciting.
Let's go. Yippee. Thank you, chat. Goodbye.
No worries. Thank you for having me, chat. Thank you, Banana.